I think Erdogan and his economic team, now economic advisory team, actually is facing the dilemma because, as you say, that inflation is going up and the currency is going down. The currency of lira, the national currency of Turkey, is going down. So actually, for the best way to maintain the inflation and maintain the currency is that they have to raise the interest. But then, according to what we see inside the Turkey's market, internal market, there are also the problem that the unemployment rate is growing up and growing bigger and bigger. So more and more people, they cannot find jobs. So if the bank raise their interest, it means that less currencies and less money will be in the market, and that will lead further difficulties of the job seeking as well as for the for labor market. So that's why we say that Turkey as a government, they now face a kind of this economic dilemma. They need to raise the bank interest, but then they also have to keep and maintain the market vitality. So that is why the Erdogan, he is criticized by both camps. Some say that he is not an economic expert and he lacks the basic economic knowledge, but then some, on the other hand, he has to maintain the vitality of Turkey's economy. So in thinking the future, that Erdogan and his government has to find ways, for example, attract the foreign investment, more and more investment, as well as to try to maintain the inflation, not at a very high pace and high rate. So that will be the biggest challenge and the economic problem, biggest challenge for Erdogan and his government in the future.
What about refugee policy? We know Turkey is currently hosting millions of refugees due to geopolitical conflicts or instability. Do you think it will be consistent in the near future?
I think the biggest challenge of refugees comes from the Turkey's southern neighbor, Syria, because Syria's refugees, although there were some other refugees, for example, from Afghanistan, some are from Iran, some are from Pakistan, but the majority, absolutely majority of the refugees inside Turkey comes from Syria. I think that Turkey's government, led by Erdogan, has already noticed this problem and started to try to start this problem through the political and the diplomatic way. The political way is that they hope to reorganize the government and authorities, establishments that in charge of the Syrian refugees inside the country. And also, on the other hand, through the diplomatic way, they try to fix the relations with the Syrian government and also reorganize the Syrian opposition groups with one unity, of the coherent unity, that they hope to settle this kind of the new opposition Syrian, or we call it authority, in the northern Syria that monitored by Turkey. And then they hope to bring most of the refugees, Syrian refugees, back to the northern Syria that authorized by the local Syrian opposition groups. So this is their manners. They hope that they could settle the Syrian refugee problem through their transformation of the new Syria policy. But this will take time, and it also will take patience. But we have already seen that this process is happening, and maybe it will take effect in the future, and maybe that the burden, the pressure from the Syrian refugees inside Turkey government will be lower in the future.